Welcome back to another episode with Lovely Ray, and thank you so much for joining me for my new mini-series. I wanted you to come on a journey with me on something totally transformative that I am starting today. Well, kind of today. This is an evening prior to my, you guessed it, haircut. And I am going to be cutting my bangs and cutting off some nasty edges and showing you how to do that for all the curly girls out there who are natural. If you are interested, please stay tuned. So as you guys can see, this is some pretty old Raggedy Ann hair. It's been a week since I have washed, and not only has it been a week, it has been some days with just flaxseed gel, lots of product buildup, creams and conditioners. I know that this is called Hair Koffucha. Right now it is in the wee hours of the morning before I finish this process. So there's no Koffucha this time around, and there will be Koffucha later on in this video. So as you are seeing here, this is the work I've been working with, the hair that I've been growing. If you have also seen my previous videos telling you how to grow out your hair, especially on henna, shameless plugs, go ahead and see the link below that I will put in the description so you can see how I got so much length. If you want to do a length check with me real quick prior to cutting, we got some length here. It is almost to tailbone length now. So the shrinkage is real, the hair is dirty as you can see, and ready to have a more natural cut. This right here is what I'm going to spray my hair with before I do the cut. As you can see in those videos where people do the hair wetting, they wet the hair and then they cut it. Some people say take a white tooth comb to do your part for your bangs. I am going to use a rat tail comb or a fine tooth comb with the little angle, with the long metal stick there that is perfect for making the perfect parts. As you can see here, I'm going to make a triangle. I've seen many methods. Some people do the square method. I am going to do the triangle method, and that is how I'm going to do my cut for my bangs to get started. This little concoction right here is my homemade leave-in conditioner where I have put amla, I have put shikaikai, I have put brahmi, I have put a little bit of MSM in there from time to time. It does make my hair a little rough, so be careful with that. I have put conditioner, no shameless plug, just any conditioner. It could be cheap. Just use, for however much conditioner you use, I would say fill about this much up with conditioner and the rest up with water and a little bit of oil to offset some of those harsher, more potent Ayurvedic herbs such as amla, shikaikai, brahmi. You get the deal. Neem. As you can see, my part is not straight. I'm going to go in again.
As you can see, I have that part.
Oh, hell no.
Put that... Just kidding, we'll not be using a fine tooth comb on this hair. All right, lovely audience. We're gonna be taking the fine tooth comb, however, to go through this. Like that, pull it nice and taut, twist it. Got my handy dandy scissors and...
Oh, no, 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 no.
Are you joking? I said I'm going to cut curly hair. So, first mistake to cutting curly hair that some of you may be making, even if you're a professional, never ever ever wet your hair before you cut it if you're cutting it curly. If you're not straightening your hair or planning to straighten your hair, do not cut your hair wet. Okay, that is for straight hair. You do not cut your hair wet when it is curly. You want your pattern of your hair curly. Now, why is that? Why am I not cutting my hair curly? Why am I not cutting my hair wet and I'm going to cut it dry? Because when you cut it wet, it shrinks up And everybody who has curly hair knows that your hair will shrink up, and you may have thought you cut it right here, right here, or right here, right here, right here, right here. Either way where you cut it, and it's already shrinking. It's going to shrink up, and you're not going to get the length that you had expected. So instead of cutting it like that, you're going to cut it dry, curl by curl, where you want it to lay. Second rule, you don't grab it and twist it. Again, that's a no-no for curly hair. If you have straight hair, that's perfectly fine. If you have curly hair, that is not how you do it. You're going to layer your hair. If you're cutting it in its curly state and you're not going to flat iron it to see where it's going to lay, you still want to cut it in your curly dry state by layer and layer and layer. Because when you're going through, as you can see, your curls each have a mind of their own, and they're each going to lay separately. So when we do go to cut it, we're going to layer it. Another thing, do not use these dollar store scissors. Do not use your child scissors. Do not use any sort of scissors you might be cutting paper with, you might be cutting projects with. You don't use the same scissors. Big no-no. That will give you split ends, and that will do a lot more damage than you think good. Also, you will use even these cheaper ones. They're still professional hair scissors. Use hair scissors. You can find them at a Sally's, you can find them at Walmart, you can find them at Target, you can find them at any of those places. Just make sure they are specifically hair scissors and try to make sure they're sharp. What we will be doing to get ready for the haircut is I will be adding some bentonite clay. You might be wondering, why am I going to put bentonite clay in my hair to cut it? And that is for a simple thing. I'm not going to cut my hair dirty. No. And I'm not going to, because it's still a little stretched. When you cut your hair, you're going to try to make sure there's no product in it, no product buildup, and it is not stretched. That way when you do cut it, it is truly the length you want it to be without having to add tension to it or heat. Another thing that I'm going to be adding the bentonite clay to it is because it adds the curl, an actual curl pattern you have. It makes it more defined, and when your hair is more defined, when you cut it, you definitely know where your curls are going to fall a lot easier than on stretched hair, on day 3 hair or week 1 hair. Cut it on freshly defined, product-free, dry hair. So it's going to take probably more time than you expect. I'm going to leave this in my hair overnight, rinse it out in the morning with a shower, and then cut. I will not be putting any product in my hair after I shower and rinse out the clay. If you're wondering why my bentonite clay is black and not brown or gray or whatever color you might be used to your bentonite clay being, I have added black charcoal. You might be wondering, why the black charcoal? Well, on top of Ayurvedic herbs, I've also added in with this spray, which I probably shouldn't have, but I'm just using a little bit of this spray to loosen the consistency up. And before I added this spray, to make it wet in the first place, I use apple cider vinegar, again another wonderful cleaning agent that gets your scalp nice and clean and chemical free and buildup free, is that black charcoal and filtered water. The black charcoal will also help to detox my scalp, as well as the bentonite clay, and together they will work very well, as well as apple cider vinegar. You might be thinking it's overkill, but as a natural, when you do decide to do things like this, you tend to go in a little overkill, so that way you have to do it so often. I don't want this clay to get hardened. I want this clay to be nice and still pliable, and if it hardens, it makes it so much more difficult to take it out of my hair. I know there are better steps to do, like a step I would have done, like sectioning my hair to make sure everything is well treated. However, I'm just gonna throw a bag over it overnight and a scarf and maybe a beanie over that scarf to really maximize the heat. And when I maximize that heat, it's going to also condition my hair, so while I am cutting it, it is still soft and it still feels nice instead of hard and crunchy and hard to manipulate. One reason why I'm deciding also to cut bangs is because as we get older, as we have children and go through postpartum losing your edges, you will notice on my hairline I have a little bit of thinning. I have been working on that with castor oil and also rice water. I haven't did rice water in forever though. It's pretty stinky. It smells like fermented poop. And if you don't rinse it out well, I know people add essential oils and stuff, but I still smell the poopy smell, and it's really not the most pleasant thing. So anyways, and I don't know if it's just me, but it makes me feel like my hair gets over strengthened, and then I get like this really crunchy feeling in my hair. Some people might say it has to do with your hair texture, you know, the 3B, 4A, 4C sort of chart. I don't know exactly where I stand. I know I'm somewhere in the 3 range.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
But to sit here and say I have one hair texture is not the case. I think I have at least 3 different curl patterns. And if you think you have more than one curl pattern, which I think we all do, but if you do, go ahead and leave a comment below and tell me which curl patterns you think you have and how many you think you have. My hair looks a hot mess. I'm gonna bag it, I'm gonna sleep on it, I'm gonna let that natural scalp heat soak in and get all juicy and yummy and make this so good and conditioned and clean. And I will see you in the morning with a freshly showered, rinsed out hair and unfortunately detangled. Nobody wants to sit through that. That can take hours. And then we will start our cut. Welcome back, guys. And this is in the morning after I have let the charcoal mixture and the bentonite clay mixture, as well as this. If you are a fan of naturally heating up your hair, I would suggest get one of these hats. These hats are amazing for locking in heat. I had this on all night with my plastic bag to ensure that that bentonite clay really got into these strands. And I will have to say my hair is fuzzy and frizzy as all get out, and that is because, well, there is no product in my hair. As you can see, there is absolutely nothing. I let it air dry and this is the result. As you can see, some of my curl pattern has returned, but it is so frizzy right now. And for those out there who sit there and they get their bentonite clay done and they sit there the next day and, oh, I rinsed my hair out and it so curls and there's no frizz. Good for you. That's not a lot of us. And if you're like me and you become a big frizz ball when you air dry your hair with absolutely zero product in, then we are on the same page. But if you're fortunate enough to have wonderful locks without the frizz and go without any product, good for you. Anyways, side note, I do have my Koffucha today, and I know what you're thinking. That is a big cup of Koffucha, Lovely Ray, and it is life. But for those out there who know what Koffucha is, you know that Koffucha is fermented coffee in the style of kombucha. And with that being said, the SCOBY, or the symbiotic bacteria and yeast, eat up all the caffeine and all the sugar you add in, so it's not high in sugar, it is healthy for you, it is high in probiotics, and it has a lot less caffeine. Let me tell you, when I drink my Koffucha, I don't have the jitters that I normally get with just a normal cup of coffee. And when I say I'm a coffee fan, I'm a coffee fan. I will take coffee over tea any day. Tea's for my hair and coffee's for my body, okay? And let me just tell you, when you have your Koffucha in the morning or whenever you get up, the probiotics and the smaller amounts of caffeine, it's just enough to have you energized without the jitters and all the benefits of coffee. And I love coffee. So and because it has less coffee, you might even be able to see some of the mother in there. Yum. But anyways, the lesser amounts of caffeine means I can have more. So,
Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
and the taste is amazing. Let me tell you, I'm okay with kombucha. It's whatever to me. At first I loved it, but then when I had Koffucha, I don't even drink kombucha really anymore, so that's to tell you. Try some kombucha. Leave a comment below if you want me to show you how to make my Koffucha, and you will be thanking me. But anyways, let's get started. This looks pretty even enough to me. Even enough. That's the cool thing about bangs and curly hair. You don't have to be exactly too precise. So, I am simply going to and with all of the I use a lot of apple cider vinegar, and it's so funny because my daughter was like, your hair stinks, mommy. I was like, oh, thank you, it stinks. What does it smell like? And she's like, I don't know, your hair stinks, you need to wash it. 4-year-olds. Anyways, again, we're not gonna pull that top, we're just gonna cut it nicely. So this is a moment right here. This is, I haven't, let me just tell you, I haven't had bangs in over 6 years. Okay? Don't ask me how old I am. I just haven't had bangs in over 6 years. So this is a moment. This is a moment. Ooh, I'm trying not to pull it taut. They say don't cut it straight across. I just did. All that's gone, guys. All that growth. This is actually more than 6 years of growth. It's frizzy, but it's gone. Got bangs now. All gone. Look at that. That is, I don't know if you can see how much hair I just lost, but that is some inches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'd say about 7 to 8 inches of hair just gone. Absolutely hate it right now. But I'm gonna love it once it's moisturized. Right now my hair is just way too frizzy to get a real gauge. So I am actually gonna wet it just a little bit. Just a little bit. I'm gonna get some product on there. Some much needed moisture. You're probably wondering, what is that goop you just put on your hair? Well, this is my homemade moisturizing butter, which consists of shea butter, cocoa butter, and lavender oil, lavender flowers. I have some frankincense. Yes, I have this. I know, like, every natural has this, and if you don't have this, you need to have this. This is no shameless plug. I'm not getting money. I wish I did. Without, I look like Cousin It. Right now I am putting on my flaxseed gel. Flaxseed gel does tend to define the curls. Look at that. My curls are defined all of a sudden, right? And I make my flaxseed gel homemade. And if you want to see how to make that flaxseed gel, there are plenty of naturals out there. If you want to see more about flaxseed gel, I have a video on how to do an updo in 5 minutes or less for busy mamas or for busy people like you and me. Shameless plugs. I'll also leave that in the description box down below as well. So as you can see here, I have my curls defined. And I think I might actually cut more because this is not looking very nice. So why I'm doing the bangs is because I just wanted something a little changed up. And not to mention, I think it'll be easier on my edges to have bangs. And when I say that is because when you're always pulling your hair back or to the side or putting tension on your hair, you tend to thin. So me, I am just cleaning this up a little bit. I don't want hair on my face. That's the last thing I want. It can be on the side, that's fine, but I don't want it in my eyes. Sorry, not in my face. I don't want hair in my eyes. I have bad enough eyesight as it is, so I don't want hair in my eyes. I just want bangs. I don't want it in my eyesight. Like right now, I still feel like it's too long. But I can always clean this back up later. Like I said, once you chop off too much, you're pretty much screwed until you do it again. So let's not do that. So as we're here in this lovely morning, you know, in my household, we don't say good morning. You know that? We say good day, because I'm not mourning the day, and I'm not mourning being alive or awake. And I know some of you are like, what are you talking about? Well, it's like the double meaning of words. So we say good day. To my children, I say rising, grand rising every day instead of good morning. And I feel like for those of you out there who are very, still gotta cut off some more, who are very in tune with what you say, how you come across, the kind of vibes you put out there, I would definitely say, do not say good morning and just see what it does for your day. I hate to say it, I'm a little judgy when people say good morning. I'm like, I'm not mourning today, you know? A little weird. But anyways, this is Koffucha and hair. I mean, come on. Chit chat with me. As you can see, I'm leaving it a little long on the sides because I wanted to frame my face. Okay, I'm starting to like it now. So anyways, oh man, this piece is just messing with me. And for those of you out there, it is not easy to film yourself because you only be all up in the mirror trying to get everything right, and you can't with the camera in your face. Like, I will knock you guys over, and you don't want that. I don't want that. So anyways, I'm actually kind of sad. That was look at the curls. They're so beautiful. But anyways. Oh wow. I'm gonna fluff those up. Guys, do not need to go to the hairdresser and risk your life, or risk your family's life, or risk your salonist, beautician, cosmetician, whatever they're called, cosmetologist. You don't have to risk anybody. Dude, do this at home. Oh my gosh. Get you some bangs. And let me tell you, I feel like this is really gonna help with the edges. Postpartum hair loss is no joke. And when the edges go gone, it is not nice. If you can see this, these curls are just from my butter I just put in at the root, and then I put in my flaxseed gel. You saw that. My hair had nothing. It is still a frizz ball up here, okay? So, I think I can go out of the house looking like, no I can't. No I can't. But I think I might, I don't know, I think I should take off a little more. That's the thing about cutting your hair. Once you start getting the scissors and you start chopping off, you get too scissor happy, and then like 5 days later, you're on your pillow crying, wishing for your hair to grow back. So take it slow. If you need to, cut your hair over some days, okay? So you don't end up getting way too upset at yourself. Yeah, I'm gonna cut some off. And I will say, my hair does smell like vinegar. My daughter was right, whatever. I know that during this whole lockdown thing, people have probably gotten into more things than they've used to. Some people have picked up hobbies, some people have picked up exercise, and for a lot of us, we've probably picked up weight. If you've picked up weight, give me a comment below, let me know how you're doing. What you gonna do about that? Are you going to lose it? Are you okay with that? Hold on. So right here, I'm going to just angle my fingers down and do a little angle cut. I pulled that a little too taut. I'm upset with myself right now. But I'm going to take this rule
Flaxseed gel. It's a girl's best friend. Flaxseed gel. Oh yeah, you want that flaxseed gel. Flaxseed gel is life.
All of you out there I know are cringing because I just used a fine-tooth comb on my hair. It's okay. I'm doing it to mine. Don't cringe too hard. Your hair is safe. I'm just trying to get a straighter cut. And as you can see, it's kind of at an angle. You'll see what I'm doing in a hot minute, don't you worry. So let me know, like, what have you guys been doing to keep yourself entertained that's not screen related? Like, what have I been doing? I've picked up more on fermenting food and gardening. If you want to see my gardening, how I'm doing, what I'm learning, let me know. Leave a comment down below. Tell me if you want to see me gardening. That is, oh my gosh, that's so much hair. But anyways, let's start off longer. Let's not start off too high because I'm still pulling it taut. Look at that. It grows back. Yeah, let me know what you've picked up on. What are you doing outside of screen time? Are any of you guys homeschooling your children? How are you dealing with that? Let me know. Like, I've been homeschooling my children for a while. My 4-year-old, she can read. And when I say she can read, I'm not like, oh, she can read the word the. No, my 4-year-old can read books. And every parent likes to brag. But no, I'm serious, she can read. And she's the easiest to teach, you know. But my son, who is 2,
Bruh.
he is so hard to teach. His attention span is so short. And he does not like to sit still, and he does not like, teaching him is like a whole different ball game. So I'm just gonna go in and kind of clean some of this up. But yeah, he is so much harder. And it's crazy how we think that when these children go to school that they're all getting an equal fair education. So I only have 2 children, and just teaching them at home is hard enough. Like, kudos to the teachers, dude. Kudos. Because just teaching my 2, they have 2 completely different learning styles. Like, my daughter reflects my learning style. And my son, I'm really having to learn how to teach him. Like, he gets things, but he is so handsy. Like, everything he learns, he has to touch it, he has to manipulate it, he has to, you know. And my daughter, I can just tell her stuff and go over it verbally or read it to her, and she's got it. But my son, no, Montessori is our best friend. So obviously I'm not gonna go out looking like Woolly Bear, Woolly McWoolly right now. So we're going to moisturize, and then I will show you what it looks like after. If you find it as a hard commitment to subscribe, just watch a few more videos. Watch another video, watch 3 more videos, and you might like the content enough to subscribe. Until then, take care of each other, stay safe, and have a lovely day. Ta-ta. Here's a little preview, guys, if you like it. I wanted to start off this new series with a bang. Get it? A bang.